Hello again, I'm Rich B, and in this video I'd like to talk to you more about city overcrowding. Has anyone noticed now there are lots of cities out there in the world are getting very dangerously overcrowded, such as New York, Tokyo, Chongqing, even Mumbai, previously known as Bombay. All those cities are becoming very, very overcrowded, and when a city has so much people of heavy density of people, the way we're building cities still going outwards, you end up causing a lot more pollution, things such as more traffic pollution, more traffic as a whole, a lot of sewage, the increase of sewage builds up and everything. Now, a lot of these cities' infrastructures are starting to fail. They've reached their maximum limit, and if we build cities in their conventional sense of outwards with roads, houses and stuff like that, the worse it gets. I mean, in places like London, now London's already upgrading its infrastructure. Things like Crossrail, which is now known as the Elizabeth line, and also London are building a new sewage pipe through the Thames. Funny enough, so is Mexico City. They're building a new sewage pipe. But I always feel like now's the time we should completely revolutionise the way of construction. I think now's the time to build complete full vertical cities. Whack every idea of a concept of a city and shove it into one building. Granted, these buildings would have to be over 1 kilometre tall, but in the long term it's more practical. If you imagine, if you stick say 150,000 people into one huge building with residential apartments, luxury apartments, shops, hydroponic gardens, you name it, you shove everybody into 150,000 people in that building, you will ease overcrowding in the city by tenfold, easily. You're not only just doing that, you're also creating jobs. If you build these magnificent vertical cities in places like New York or Tokyo, you will create a lot of jobs, and that's the thing that politicians keep promising but don't deliver. So I would say yes to vertical cities, because not only that, with these massive vertical cities you're creating jobs, you're decreasing urban density because you're whacking people into large tall buildings. Not only that, you're also decreasing pollution in the traffic, because everyone in these buildings will be going to and from A to B using escalators, lifts and so forth. They'll be using that, which is much more environmentally friendly. These vertical cities are also environmentally friendly in the way of how they light up, using LED lights. You can even put in these buildings green energy things such as wind power or solar power, and these cities can almost power themselves. Not only that, you can actually make them more environmentally friendly by the water as well, because these vertical cities can collect rainwater, which will pour into the specialist tanks and therefore be used for hydroponics in the gardens to keep everyone happy and healthy. They could be used for the toilets, they could be used for sink, all the water. Not only that, these vertical cities can recycle the water as many times as possible. So you're creating jobs, you're also creating a much more cleaner city. You're making people more healthier by building vertical cities. So obviously it's a no-brainer, and you're creating jobs as well. which is also a good thing. So I think now, especially with 2018 round the corner, with all these mega cities, they're getting dangerously overcrowded. Now is the time to build, or at least invest in vertical cities to help improve these mega cities such as New York and so forth. And if you do build a full functioning vertical city, you will increase your city's land value and the city's tourism. So in a way, it's an extra benefit towards your city. Now, for more ideas on vertical cities, I would recommend reading up on SimCity 2000. There's examples of documentary programs about vertical cities out there on YouTube. Please do look them up. And I generally do believe once you start building a fully functioning vertical city, in the very long term, plus 150 years, your city will still be in a very good situation of infrastructure, and your city will be, it will just benefit a lot of people, put it that way. So I would ask anybody out there what your thoughts are on vertical cities. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? I'm more than happy to listen to anyone's critiques about it, but I generally think, honestly, it's an argument that is worth talking about, and it is worth investing, because now it's the 21st century, and I honestly think our level of construction is a bit outdated. Now's the time to move forward. So I'll say yes, big fat yes, to fully functioning vertical cities. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know about any of your feedbacks, and if you'd like to know more about it or like to tell me more about your ideas of vertical cities, I'll be very happy to answer any questions and give you ideas about vertical cities. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all going to be alright. Anyway, take care, all the best, bye bye.